That's because I didn't. That's because I wasn't quite ready yet. There were a couple other things I was trying to get set up, Baconator. Sorry about that. I usually just like to let the song play out. Anyway, though, I got this. Welcome back, though, folks. Yeah, I know. I've been watching, even though I wasn't able to stream. Even though I have a laptop with me while I'm on the go, the issue is really the amount of the bandwidth that it takes to run something like Streamlabs OBS along with Radar Omega. On this computer setup, it's fine, but the laptop that I have, no, that's not gonna work. Would have loved for it to work, but yeah, just it's kind of impractical. You almost got hit by something this morning. I figured it was going to end up being overnight, man. I just knew for a fact it was going to be a thing. Of course, they were in a vehicle. That's where you're most prone to get injured during a tornado, so not surprising. Appreciate that update, but I did see that on Discord. I did see all that on Discord. We do have active tornado warnings right now. Actually, we have 5 of them. So actually, I'm going to pause the music here. We're going to get down to brass tacks here. If I can get this to pause. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have 6 tornado warning areas now. We'll just go from the top of the list and kind of work our way down from here. Also, if you're tuning in for the first time this evening, make sure you're hitting that like button here, because it looks like we're in for a long night, whereas in comparison to last night, it was a long night in a different way. We ended up not really seeing the storms fire until overnight pretty much. Today's not going to be that. Today, we're going to end up, we were already behind the 8 ball because we were at work. But there have already been multiple tornado reports, and some of these cells may still be actively producing tornadoes. Nothing confirmed on the ground right now, but there are clear signs of rotation with this tornado warning right here. This is over towards Mount Sterling and Bonaparte. This is in Missouri heading into south central Iowa here. So definitely need to be on the lookout. This was an area that was talked about a little bit when we talked about this Tuesday setup here. So it's not surprising that we're seeing some activity already. And I do expect that to continue over the course of the next couple hours. We have another storm adjacent to that in that same sector over towards Iowa City. This also has a tornado warning associated with it. I'm trying to see if I can find a better radar to give you a better look here. I was a little bit sketchy when it comes to the radar sometimes. Got a shelf cloud with the tornado warning on camera, so that's QLCS then. We'll go... I'm going to go Brad Arnold this time. I'm going to change it up a little bit. You don't get to see Brad Arnold all the time. It's nice to see him around.
This is Brad. My gut says to drop to that southern tornado warning, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to listen to that and see how that works.
There's another tornado warning also to the south of this storm, as he mentioned here. Not a great view on radar, but I definitely see evidence of rotation. You can see winds going this way, and you see that little surge going that way. If you put this in a loop here, you'll be able to see it a little bit more clearly here. Might have our little customary frame drop here for just a moment. Hopefully that doesn't persist for too long. It looks like it didn't even drop too many frames, if any at all. But yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on that, don't worry. But this is what we're dealing with right now around Missouri heading into Iowa. Then in Iowa itself, we have several tornado warnings as well. We just mentioned the one in Iowa City. We have this one over towards Cylinder and Emmitsburg. We're going to jump over to this one. Does look like it's going to expire in the next 6 minutes here. That's what our storm is looking like on reflectivity currently. Not the greatest view I've gotten today from this radar site, but very clear that we have a pretty strong cell here, and then another QLCS storm with rotation on it as well. Oh, and here come the frame drops. There we go. Today might be one of those days, huh? Today might be one of those days. Internet's been kind of struggling here, so that could be an issue. Okay, there we go. We're back. Make sure you guys are hitting the refresh button. My internet's been kind of acting a little funky this afternoon. I really probably should have restarted my PC before I started going live, but I was already behind the 8 ball, so I kind of rushed a little bit. But here is our next 2 tornado warnings. This first one has only 5 minutes left with it. This is what we were previously talking about for that lag spike. But if we look at it from the velocity standpoint, not a whole lot going on with it. Of course, the radar picture over towards Iowa is a little bit sketchy at times, and you can kind of see that there. Maybe there's something going on there. It's kind of hard to tell right now. Trying to get a closer look at that. And then you can kind of see the same thing kind of going on with this storm here. These storms are a little bit closer to that warm front too. So that's going to play a part in our setup as well as we continue to push further along here. A lot of these storms up towards the north are going to be riding along that warm front boundary. Speaking of which, I don't even have the warm front boundary on. I don't have the frontal boundaries on here at all. I don't have anything on surface analysis. We might be having some issues here with our internet currently. Doesn't seem like it's too significant at the moment, but we're going to be keeping an eye on it. If we have to, we'll restart the PC. Hopefully we don't, but we'll have to see. I hope everyone also has had a pretty good day. It's been pretty safe for the most part. If you've happened to be in one of the areas that was affected overnight last night. We have much more to go over here over the course of the next few hours. Just a reminder, make sure you hit that refresh button. We did have a little bit of issue with latency. So you might be lagged behind by just a small margin here. Could be about 30 seconds to a minute currently. Maybe greater than that. I don't know exactly what everyone's computer is experiencing. Just giving a rough estimate, I should say. Or I'd like to say. I think Storm Chaser feeds are going to be a little bit more challenging today, considering the fact that we may have issues with our internet here. Of course, I'm just gonna keep monitoring it as we go here. If we can't use them, we can't use them, but I'll give updates where applicable. But it seems like we're okay at the moment. Now, also considering the fact that this area has a lot of interesting terrain here, signal may not be great with these Storm Chaser feeds either. So we're just kind of working with what we got here. Already sitting at 9 likes. Appreciate you guys a bunch. If you're just tuning in for the first time this evening, make sure you're hitting that like button, by the way.
You're good. I'll just trail behind
Make sure you're hitting that like button. Yeah, it looks like our little frame drop was just a little random instance. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that, but again, apologies for that. I don't know why we always tend to have that problem towards the start of the stream. Also, it looks like we have just had these 2 tornado warnings over towards northern Iowa expire now. We were anticipating our attention shifting more so towards the east here, and we're definitely seeing that verified at the moment. But we'll keep an eye on these storms to the north since they're towards the cold core here. Those storms can really produce some photogenic tornadoes at times, and also some strong ones too. All of these storms here, for the most part, are on a line looking like almost like it's a QLCS. These storms a little further to the south here that I'm a little bit more interested in. Then we may have an additional round to follow with it.
It's so far away from radar that it's kind of tough to tell.
Excuse me. And we'll just kind of go from there and see how things pan out. Again, hoping everyone's having a good day, and this actually looks really good here. Nice little couplet's begun to develop there.
I can't hear you, man. No service.
Looks like we have a day. Looks like we'll have a day 3. This will be the 4th day in a row that we've gone live tomorrow. I'm also assessing some of the weather threats down the line here, so we may actually end up being live for 5 days straight here. That's what you call being on the grind, folks. Anyways, make sure you are hitting that like button, hitting that share button, and also refreshing the stream is needed. Looks like Brad had gone into that little clear slot there. Now we're just kind of waiting to see what happens with this little section behind them. With this embedded supercell that's popped up. Uh-oh. We're starting to lose our frames again. Apologize again, guys. I'm sorry. Just waiting for our internet to come back. That's really the issue. I don't know why we are struggling so much today. This storm has a really good look on the reflectivity as well. Yeah, we're struggling with our frame rates again tonight. I apologize for that immensely. I don't know exactly what's going on with our internet today, but we are kind of struggling just a little bit. I'm probably not going to keep the chaser feeds as open as we were, let's say, last night. I guess we just need to probably take it easy on the computer. It's been on quite a grind itself along with me. Still looking at all 3 of our tornado warnings. All of them are still radar indicated only tagged. There have been no reports recently from these storms producing a tornado at the moment. We know how quickly this can change. Oops. Did not mean to do that, guys. I apologize. Yep, all 3 are currently radar indicated. Almost all of these now are strictly in Iowa at this point, too. This is where our strong tornado threat is. We might catch like I said, we're likely to catch the tail end of this event. We'll see how long this lasts for, and we'll kind of go on from there. I'm going to start the music back up. We'll be ready to cut in with the siren as needed, though. We do also have plenty of severe thunderstorm warnings as well, and tags for up to 60-mile-per-hour winds and hail of at least penny size or greater. We did see some quarter-sized hail potential as well. Still pretty moist over here towards St. Louis. We will be expecting storms over towards this area a little bit later. See if I can't get another radar here to work. Slightly better one to use, if it's at all possible. I think Davenport really might be the best that we have currently right now in this area. Alright, we're starting to get people coming back now. Again, sorry if you ran into a little bit of a lag spike earlier here. Been having a little bit of issues with the internet tonight. Think for the moment we got it rectified. We do kind of need to be careful with the storm chaser feeds, because sometimes it will take down some of that bandwidth. Just every once in a while, make sure that you are refreshing the stream so that way you're up to date here. Because you could very easily end up falling back by like a minute or so, or much more, if you let it get out of hand. Gonna check correlation coefficient while we're at it here to get an idea of if this is doing anything. I don't think it's on the ground again, as I mentioned before. I don't see any indications of a drop. Also, is a lot of radar noise here as well, though, so that kind of works against us a little bit too. Nothing really concrete at the moment. Okay, so that's still moving off to the north here. Still have an inflow notch with this storm over towards Mount Vernon. It's very broad though, so we probably won't be seeing this ongoing for much longer. This will likely expire. Maybe still have the tornado possible tag with the severe thunderstorm warning. But I think our tornado warning itself for right now will be allowed to expire at the end of its life cycle. What are the highest levels of Cape that I've seen regarding what event? Are you just saying any or for this event tonight? Any event? I think I've seen up to 7,000 before. I think that was last year. It was a hail event. It was over towards Texas, of course. Maybe I saw 8,000. It was either 7 or 8,000. It's the highest Cape values I've ever seen. Of course, that was in a forecast, so I mean, have to see if it verified or not. But yeah, over towards South Texas during the summertime, that's like a hotbed for Cape. Those heightened temperatures, those Gulf of Mexico moisture returns, those dew points, you can get some crazy values. The question always for that area is forcing. Can you get a lifting mechanism to spark off that thunderstorm to produce that large hail? Let's see if I can find a closer radar site here. Nope, it's almost in a radar hole, essentially. These two sister tornado warnings here are set to expire within the next 18 minutes. Music might be a little bit loud. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat. Is it too loud? Do you want me to turn it down? Or is it good? Or do you actually want it up a little bit? The music. Is the music too loud? You want the music up a little bit. That should be a little bit better. That good? Better yet. Let me try this. The volume any better now? Okay, cool. Might be a little bit behind though, so keep an eye. Maybe refresh your stream just to make sure. I know we've been having issues with internet here, so latency could be a problem. Had a couple of random latency spikes earlier. Oh, okay. Got a lot of anxious energy this evening. It's a long day of work. It was a good day though. It was a good day. And also having to challenge myself here and there too. Pretty sore actually, if I'm being honest. Chest is sore. Arms are sore. Shoulders are sore. A few uphill battles, figuratively and literally, I guess you would say. I'm gonna drink a little bit of water here to kind of keep myself flowing, keep the energy flowing, so to speak here. Yep, I was that thirsty. Just down that bottle like it was nothing. Definitely under goal when it comes to drinking water for today. I only drank a quarter gallon. I was trying to be closer to half by this time. A little bit more past half and more towards like maybe 3/4. It's on me though. So again, apologies there. At some point later during the stream, I'll be actually having to eat. At that point, I'll take away the webcam. I will have the mic on, and I'll just be kind of monitoring things from that point. Depends on how long the event really lasts, though, too. Because I'm also, while I'm doing this live coverage here on a separate computer screen, I'm looking at the models in regards to the rest of the evening here. I see that we have potential for a few more storms to pop off here as we get later into the evening, especially at about maybe 7 Central. By the time we get towards about 9-10 o'clock, though, a lot of these storms are going to lose their venom, so to speak. And then we can actually potentially expect some redevelopment later tomorrow. So we will have another stream likely then. I actually might show this once the tornado warnings expire. Speaking of which, a little bit of a closer look at the two that we have right now. We still have one that's rotating pretty good over here towards Mount Pleasant. This one over towards Cahokia and Revere, it's not looking quite as impressive from this vantage point. But yeah, the New London Mount Pleasant storm is looking pretty good. So it looks like an early evening event, and maybe even the Northeast could get into the action here for tomorrow as well. Oh, this wind observed, so now we can sound the siren here. Where is the siren at? So we now have a confirmed tornado here. We're going to actually go ahead and take a look at the correlation coefficient here. Just a second and look at the drop. But this is a damaging tornado located near Salem or Mount Pleasant, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. This is confirmed by some of the weather spotters, so we'll actually take a chance to try to look at their feeds. But very dangerous situation ongoing over here towards Mount Pleasant and New London. We also have to look out over towards the Mount Pleasant Municipal Airport and Henry County Fairgrounds. It's your county, Baconator. You need to be on the lookout. Well, it's really not your county, but still, you get where I'm going with it. But this is the first tornado that we're gonna likely get to see here. So here is Brandon Kopic's view. Should be off, from the looks of it, should be off to the left here. You try to get that out the way so I can look at the radar.
More severe, right? Got Outbreak at the moment. Same tour. It's way, well, it's not way down. It's by
Yep, there's
Donaldson.
correlation up.
I think it will be in Illinois again.
And they're having trouble with their feeds. Well, really, it's just probably because I'm trying to get the second radar picture to load. There it goes. We're back now.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been down here. Is it okay to ask you to cross the river?
See if we can't get a look at it.
Burlington, Fort Madison, or Keokuk, I believe, and they're rewarning
It's
this one.
somewhere over here towards New London. Here's the new warning for it to go along with it.
I can't see either. Like, how is this one looking? I guess how's the one in the south looking? We're trying not to rear end the people in front of us. I don't know, but it is continued as observed. It's going toward Mediapolis or Mediopolis, if you want to use that as a GPS point. Confirmed tornado moving northeast at 45 miles per hour, and it's over New London.
Mediopolis is right here. This is gonna be on.
Moving northeast at 45, going toward Mediopolis or Mediopolis.
This is gonna be going over there by. This is gonna be within the next. Hang on. Oh, it's not showing Mediopolis right now.
I got a backside view over here. Looks like it's clearing out the precinct. Yep. Just coming up to 34 we are now. Brandon's in front.
Alright, there we go. Let's try this again, and we should be able to get it. Got 19 minutes until it heads to Mediopolis.
Keep going north here.
This is in New London right now, folks.
I don't know.
This tornado is likely in New London right now, so we may see a much larger debris signature here on the screen to the right. Dangerous situation ongoing here, folks. Storm chaser that we're looking at right now is trying to find a road option.
We're gonna get going a little bit further east.
It's somewhere back in there.
That's the mezzo right there, guys. That's our mezzo right there.
Can't mark it that way. I do have a way of marking it though.
Right there is it.
Yeah, here is our point of interest right up in there. It's a little bit further back. You need to move the camera a little further to the left there. But it's right within that little pocket there is where we're likely to see that tornado. Somewhere in there.
I don't have one up.
Copy. We may have to make a left in a mile, but I may switch my mind when I see the road.
It's a discussion of one of the many split-second decisions you have to make as a storm chaser. Could be the difference between life and death in regards to being in the path of a tornado or being able to have an escape route. This is why you should not try chasing unless you are trained professional.
I'm taking it. I think we almost got a visuals for it.
Excuse me.
I had to pull up behind you. I almost got rear-ended.
I saw it coming. What the fuck? I'm just gonna start going. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, traffic just stopped at that intersection. I don't know why.
No, I saw it. I was running to take my foot off the brake. I think this is it right here. Down.
No, it's definitely not down right now. Yeah, but that's the mess. Moving the camera around, guys.
Whew. Trying to stretch here because I'm feeling pretty sore today. I'm sorry, guys. If you hear me being a little quiet, like I said, I'm a little bit beat up. I feel a little banged up today. Not terrible, but definitely banged up. Not 100% for sure. Yeah, they should be able to get a pretty good view of this in just a second here. You can actually see the mezzo now. I think we'll actually go ahead and take this full. I'll go ahead and look at Brad Arnold here.
We gotta get there.
There it is. It's rain wrapped. Means it is really hard to see the tornado right now. Oh, we're dropping frames. Starting to drop frames. Sorry, guys. Trying to manage this as best as I can. Whilst trying to give you some ground truth here.
I'm only hearing bits and pieces, but there's somebody from the fire department saying, I'm pretty sure, saying on the ground toward Orange or Flora Avenue or something. I wonder if maybe this is not it.
No, looking at the circulation, this has to be it. Either
It's the
that
only
or
place it
possibly
could
the
be.
rear flank downdraft might be in front of us, blocking what's actually up there. 'Cause
I
the view
think I
technically
see
should be
something
up to the
behind
right
these
of-
trees
what the hell
here.
is going on? We're up to the right of the road, and if that's true, then we're looking at the right spot.
Hey, stop a second. There's no emergency services up here. Somebody ordered up here, see somebody's hurt. Okay, these idiots. I'm gonna make sure that nobody's hurt. It's over there to the right. It's right there. It is right there. Bull.
Yep, there it is. We got it. There's a tornado. There is the tornado.
What
You
is
can
going on right now?
rapidly spinning too. Look at that. You can clearly see that counterclockwise motion here.
My rig's be up ahead here. I'm following him. It's power lines, but they're crossable.
Look at that. That is a really pretty tornado right there.
You can pass.
Oh. Having trouble with their feed right now. I was not the greatest spot when it comes to cell phone signal, and that's pretty much what they're using. So this could pose a challenge at times. And then it looks like there's a good bit of chaser convergence as well.
Power line, folks. Keep going.
Looks like there's some power lines that got taken down by the tornado as well. See what Corey Gherkin's got. You can see some lightning too. Not a lot of lightning with these storms. It's a classic. Well, no, actually, I stand corrected. There's a lot of lightning behind this storm, but not with this tornadic storm here. Might be seeing a new CC drop. We might actually have 2 on the ground here. Or we might be seeing some cycling going on here. In any case, we're looking at Brad Arnold. Yeah, everybody's on this road here. A lot of chaser convergence right now. Just avoiding the power line, no issue there. I think that's going to sidetrack them just a little bit. And this storm is not a slow mover, so this could bite some chasers here as far as getting their shot. Some people are turning around too, interestingly enough.
The owner said just go through the yard.
Looks like there's some trees down here. Oh, there's some damage.
Hey,
Little farmstead here got hit pretty hard from the looks of it.
Might be able to, honestly.
Looks like the house itself is okay, but the little farmstead next to it took a hit, pretty big hit.
What about on the other side? Hold on.
Yep, and there's a storm getting a more pronounced debris signature with it.
alright, I don't know what the crap means.
That might very well be a satellite tornado as well, and maybe there still could be another tornado towards Yarmouth. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say right now the way it looks.
No,
Frames
I'm
are
good. I
dropping.
just was thinking about going around it, but there's nothing. Even if you do get around it, the power lines are down. I wish we had a freaking hot stick right now.
I'm afraid that it's dead, and then you touch it, and then it goes live.
Yeah, this sounds dumb, but I was about to freaking send it with the chainsaw, but the lines are down on the other side.
Yeah, just don't mess with it.
It's still down over there.
You see somebody in chat.
Is it really?
Reveal yourself.
No way!
East option acquired.
Copy, yeah, I see it's still down over there.
Negative, that's a fucking driveway. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Oh. Oh, that's some storm chasing lingo for you, by the way. But looks like we've had a pretty significant storm over here towards New London and between New London and Yarmouth here. Hard to tell the exact scope of the damage, but this is pretty rural territory here. We did see that farmhouse that got hit, but it doesn't look like either anyone was home or that the damage. Oh, the damage was bad, but it doesn't look like anyone was affected at the current time. Seems like everybody was safe, which is good news. Let's hope that that continues to be the case. This storm still has an observed tornado with it. There's still a debris signature just to the southeast of Yarmouth here. And in time, actually, need to fix this real quick. we're gonna see this heading towards morning sun and maybe hang to the south here of Wapello, going towards 61 here, towards Route 61, and then over towards maybe New Boston or Oakville if this storm holds together. Do see a slightly stronger debris signature, but also a little bit of weakening occurring with the velocity signature. So this storm might be weakening. Like I said, cichlid storms are not uncommon with these types of setups. So this could be recycling and preparing to produce another tornado. But at this current time, though, it does look like it is starting to weaken. So this tornado may very well lift in the next little bit here. Also appreciate you guys pushing me to 11 likes here. Appreciate you guys a bunch. Might be a little bit of a slow night here, so on our end, but if we can get to 15 likes by the end of the stream, I'll appreciate that. Even though I appreciate you guys now. Let's see if we can't get to 15 though. Also have to make sure we watch that storm over here to the south of that one, the adjacent storm. Doesn't really look like it's doing a whole lot. We still actually have a tornado warning over here towards northern Iowa here. See if we can get a look at Mr. Willard Sharp's feed here. Does not look like it actually though. Sometimes his feed is hit or miss. Sometimes it'll pop up, other times it won't. We do, however, maybe have a camera that's not too far away. This is towards Esterville. So while it would be a distant shot, we might be able to see a little something. Just gonna have to wait and see how things pan out with that. Oh wait, what the heck? Parks Marina? I don't think that's what's going on with the weather, but okay. Guess that served no purpose whatsoever. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it looks like Williard's in the soup here with this storm. Let's see if we can't get a shot of that really fast. I don't think this is producing anything from the looks of it. There is a signature that shows rotation here, however. You also have a 60 mile per hour tag over here towards Farmington. Alright, and here's our current signature right now. Still seeing signs of rotation, but I do think that tornado might have lifted now. I'm not seeing as sharp of a signature. Might actually step away for a moment here and go to the bathroom really quick. So I will be right back. trying to figure out something, figure out what's going on with my widgets here. There's a couple of things that I'm okay, there we go. I'm not sure what's going on with my stuff though right now. Yep, it looks like that tornado has indeed lifted now though. So it looks like we're gonna be back to a radar indicator in just a little bit here. The storm could be cycling though, so we may see yet another in just a little bit here. This is one of 3 tornado warnings that we have ongoing right now. Very big severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag here over towards Wisconsin. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that now. I do think Wisconsin can come into play as we head later into the evening. I think that's more of a shorter range event though. Another very large severe thunderstorm warning going with that. I think we're going to go back to a single screen radar here. Yeah, it looks like that rotation is definitely weakened though. Even on reflectivity, this storm isn't looking quite as good as it once did. Like if we go back on the frames, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, about maybe 15, 20 minutes ago, it was looking a heck of a lot better. Might be dealing with a little bit of outflow dominance, but I think there's still a chance for it to recycle though. There's still a chance that this could produce a tornado over here. It's not far from Swear City either, so definitely need to keep an extra close eye on this as well. Too bad we can't get any eyes on it, at least as it stands right now. Trust me, I'm trying. We're gonna have to actually go ahead and sneak a peek over here towards St. Louis. See if we have any gifts to unwrap early. I do see a good bit of convection, so I think we're gonna have a little time frame here where these storms really start to ramp up over the course of the next few hours. Starting to see a little inflow notch forming over here again towards the Wapello storm once more. See if it's doing anything with its cycle. It's actually looking a little bit better on radar again. There were a couple frames earlier where it was looking a little bit bad. And now it seems like it might be on the way back up. They are likely to extend the tornado warning. It's still broad rotation, but I think it's trying to recycle here. It may do so over towards New Boston. Enjoy. While I'm at it here, I'm going to make a little adjustment here because this is bothering me a little bit. Trying to fix something real quick. Just bear with me, guys. Sorry if I seem a little stiff too. I'm still having issues with it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Sorry guys, I'm really just confused with how this thing's acting today. I'll have to fix it later. I don't know what's going on with my stream today. It's been so weird. Just none of the widgets are up, which is really odd. It did this last time when I had really laggy frames. I had a lot of drop frames on that one stream. So I'm keeping an extra close eye on it. Oh wow, that rotation's really started to downtrend now. Still that little inflow notch there, so it has a chance, but it's gone outflow dominant, that's for sure now. Let's see what this southern storm's got. There's a little spot right there where it's trying to get its act together. We'll have to see if it ends up doing it. Whoops. Excuse me. A couple little fingers in there, little chicken fingers in there, so those little inflow notches. And those little inflow notches there will allow the storm to continue to feed on that warm, moist air that we have available over here. Dew points in the mid 60s. Surface temperatures should still be in the 70s. I'm actually gonna go check that really quickly. Doing a little something like this. Yep, mid 70s. So good environment still. It has a chance to thrive. This storm a little further to the north also does too. These storms are in that prime environment that we would be concerned with at this current time. Ouch. See what the storm chasers are seeing here. See what Brad Arnold is looking at. Ooh, that looks ominous. Let's actually take that full. Little shelf cloud there, maybe a wall cloud to go along with that. That looks intense. Love what I'm seeing here. Doesn't look like a major league lowering right now though, but this storm has definitely got some spin. Okay, maybe there's a wall cloud here. It's lurking far back. Again, hoping everyone who's still tuned in especially is having a good evening. Hopefully everyone's doing alright this evening. Yeah, he's on to that lower end that I was talking about a little further back in the distance. Almost like it's wrapped up in rain. Keep an eye on that if we can. And keep on rolling from there. Yeah, it does look like it's trying to spin up a little quick something over here, just to the east of West Point and over to the west of Middletown. So anyone in Middletown in particular needs to be watching this very closely if they aren't already. There's another look right there. You can see that beginning to pop up there. It's not looking quite as good now. It looks really messy at the moment. At least on reflectivity. Let's go ahead and look at velocity with it. Yeah, we're losing her. Losing it pretty quick, too. These storms may be struggling with some outflow dominance here. We may see these weaken over the course of the next couple hours. We still have our one storm over here towards northern Iowa that is still holding a tornado warning at this current time. Still have 15 minutes left with that tornado warning. Might be time to grab something to eat in the next 20 minutes or so.
Right, out in the middle of nowhere.
I'm gonna grab some food real quick.
Velocity, you can tell the winds that are coming towards and away from the radar. Yeah. It's still broad right now, but it's starting to get its act together. See, if you can see those clouds right there, they're moving to the left, and then the upper level clouds are moving to the right. That's your rotation right back in that area. Oh no. Well, hopefully it'll avoid that. It is. It's almost mesmerizing. That's right.
Oh, we got somebody behind you. I'll pull forward.
Oh, okay.
I'll move.
Okay.